So I'm audible? Yeah, so I'm Manoj G S. So this is my third attempt. So in my third attempt, I have secured All India rank 389. So my father is a farmer, and I studied from one of the best educational facilities in India, Jawaharlal Navodiya Vidyalayas. So after that, I did my engineering from NIT Surathkal, so in Mangalore. So I graduated in the year 2023. After that, I have been preparing for UPSC. So I will just walk you through my UPSC journey. That is, so in 2023, I gave my first attempt. So I was fortunate enough to clear prelims that year. And welcome to all the toppers. So coming from a rural agricultural background, for me, I knew that taking any foundational coaching or like going to Delhi, like it may cost around 2-3 lakhs. So my plan was to ensure that I start my preparation early. That is, I started my UPSC preparation in the final year of college itself. And because of that, I graduated in April and I cleared prelims in May itself. So after that, like in my second attempt, I gave interview where I was blessed with one of the lowest optional scores possible, that is 190. So to be honest, I was blessed just to be in the interview list last year, because with 190 optional score, you know how difficult it is just to be in the interview list. And there, even in interview, I couldn't perform really well. So I got really low marks there as well. And in this attempt, I made those amends, because in the end, UPSC is about learning, UPSC is about correcting our mistakes, and UPSC is about moving ahead. So in that regard, in this attempt, I could improve my optional score from 190 to 270 and interview score from 150 to 190. So there, like I always say, optional kept me in the list and interview made me an IPS. So especially, like I would add some few suggestions for everyone, especially for those who are aspiring. One suggestion is that for me, for like we used to discuss with Dhananjaya and everyone here, that in UPSC there is no substitute for hard work. Because like how many of you are studying for more than 8 hours a day? So like I have personally seen someone from IITs, someone from MBBS, MD studying for 15 hours a day. So like you are competing with one of the best minds in the country to be the best. Because in the end, IAS plus IPS, there are 330 positions, right? So you are competing with one of the best minds. Like yesterday, I was just sitting with one of the toppers who has done her graduation from IIT Bombay and like in MIT, I guess. So that shows the level of competition. And to beat that competition, the only way possible is through hard work. So like I usually mentor a lot of students. There I ask my mentees. So if you are not preparing for UPSC with any other job, if your full-time preparation is for UPSC, then what is holding you back from giving those minimum 10 to 12 hours? Why are you saying that only 8 hours is sufficient? Oh, today I have read for 8 hours. This is more than sufficient. Why are you saying that? Because see, like in the end you are studying for 8 hours, let's say. There is some topper who is studying for 12 hours. There itself you take the cumulative effort over the years. Like if you are completing your UPSC preparation in 3 years, that particular person is completing their preparation in 2 years. Right? If you take the equal number of hours. So that is the most important aspect. I always believe that hard work beats talent if talent doesn't work hard enough. Another aspect is that like most of us, like after my debacle in last year's attempt, I faced a lot of self-doubt. That is, am I good enough? There is a concept called as imposter syndrome. That is, do I really belong here? Am I worthy enough to be here? Just to be sitting here. Like we all face that self-doubt in some phases of our preparation. But one thing we have to remember is the purpose we have entered. Most of us here are from middle class families, rural background, agricultural background. For us, it's not just about a job. It's about a purpose, serving something bigger than us, leaving behind a legacy worth remembering. So for me, it's about education. For me, the more I empower someone, like especially through mentorship, educational aspects, for me, it's a life worth living. The same way, like we have to remember our purpose. At the same time, UPSC is going to torture us. UPSC is unforgivable. UPSC doesn't care about your background. UPSC doesn't care about anything. Are you really deserving? Especially in prelims, are you able to maintain that pressure for 2 hours? In mains, are you able to give 9 papers back to back? In interview, in those 30 minutes, are you able to maintain the pressure in front of the people who have 150 years of experience? So that's what matters. So I have that confidence, I have that hope. So I personally remember an example. So I gave more than 100 one-on-ones for interview preparation. As I told, I had done very poorly in interview last year. So I gave 100 one-on-ones marks and all. So there, one of the mentors from a very reputed institution told me that you are not crossing 160 this time. You are not even fit for IAS and IPS. For me, like just to be standing here, to prove them wrong, to keep that confidence in myself. I'm not boasting myself. I will be, but all I am saying is that keep the trust in yourself. Because the UPSC is not something like you enter for 1 year, you clear the exam and you go. Like UPSC, it will take minimum 2-3 years of dedicated efforts. Be ready to give that efforts. So keep the trust, keep the process. And one more thing, the most important aspect of UPSC preparation is the guidance, right guidance. Without right guidance, you are just a person who is pushing the wall. It doesn't matter how much efforts are you putting. If you are not putting it at the right direction, you are going to lose the examination. The one mistakes we shouldn't do is that we shouldn't be hesitating to ask our mentors, to ask our teachers, to ask our brothers and sisters. So I really don't know a topper who says no, I won't tell what worked for me. Every topper, if you approach them, they will have something to share. They have some mistakes. Like every topper, every mentor, every teacher has something to say us. Don't commit these mistakes. So you can improve your main score in this way. Like that. So because if you have written mains, you will understand that each half marks counts. Because what separates a topper from others is that half marks. If somebody is getting 4 marks for an answer, if some topper is getting 4.5 marks, if you cumulate it, that becomes 35 marks. 5 marks, 10 marks is enough to keep you in the list and make you an IAS. So that's where the difference lies. So that's why I am emphasizing. Don't be hesitating because you are here for clearing UPSC. If you hesitate, what will happen is that you will start facing self-doubt. Oh, I am not able to understand what I am doing right now. So what should I do? Go ask your mentor, sir, like I am not able to understand this very basic concept. What can I do? Sir, I am unable to clear CSAT. What should I do? So when you ask them, you may get some better learnings. So that is why, because in the end, see, like UPSC preparation, UPSC is not about just an examination. UPSC is about life itself. Because in the end, when you become a bureaucrat, you do not have room to make any mistakes. So you have to make those mistakes here in the process itself, learn from those mistakes, and be mature enough not to repeat them after you become a bureaucrat. That is why in prelims, are you able to think objectively? Are you able to take calculated risks? In mains, because like all of you know, ethics is the most time-consuming paper. Even if you write as fast as possible, you won't be able to complete the paper. Why? Think why. Why? Because they want to test your ethics, test your first instinct under pressure. So like they give case studies. In those case studies, what is your thought process? Because in ethics you won't be having time even to think, right? So what is your thought process during that particular exam? In interview, they will test. So what is your, like, all the other aspects, leadership abilities, all those aspects. So UPSC shapes us as a person. I have grown tremendously as a person. I used to be arrogant. I used to be self-oriented, or I used to be like that. So there were a lot of negative qualities. And UPSC humbles everyone, even if he is one of the topmost position, even if he is in the topmost position. It humbles everyone. It brings us to the ground. It makes sure that we are humble and down to the earth for our life. So that is why enjoy the process, ask for right mentorship, and thanks everyone for providing this opportunity to talk here. So thanks, Laex Excellence.